Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Xochitl. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Make sure, before anything, to subscribe so you can get notifications when I upload, especially if you love not only reviews, but if you love drugstore and makeup reviews, because I love scouring the drugstore for the newest makeup products and testing them out. So today's video, I'm actually going to be testing out a drugstore foundation that came out. It's not super duper new. It is new to the US because apparently they've had it in the UK, and it is the Dream Satin Liquid Foundation by Maybelline. I've seen the Dream Satin Mousse Foundation, and I don't know if they're just trying to phase that one out, but I know I picked mine up. I actually picked up two of them because I wasn't sure what color it was going to be. I picked mine up at Target, and Target, they were pretty good about like having most of these, you know, in stock, and very rarely any of the like mousse foundations. However, I did see some kind of trickling in the Walgreens section of the Dream Satin Mousse, or the Dream Mousse foundation. I haven't tried that one out myself either, and these are seeming to kind of like go in their place and replace them. It's pretty new to us, so I wanted to check it out. I love drugstore foundations. I love Maybelline foundations. I was like, let's see what they've got here. I love that it comes with a pump. I think it was about $10, no more than $12 at Target. It was like the $10 to $11 range. I'll link the price down below in the description as soon as I find my receipt. Hopefully I didn't throw that away. But I want to say it was more like 10 or 11, which is why I definitely was more comfortable with like buying two. I was like, well, okay, let's try two just so in case we have a better shot at getting our color match. So I picked up the shade number 30 Ivory Beige, and then the shade 35 Nude Beige, which 30 looked pretty light for me. And then Nude Beige, I feel like it works. However, I will say I feel like this foundation does oxidize a bit. So I feel like maybe I would need to either combine these two, or I kind of need a shade right in the middle, because number 30 Ivory Beige is really pink, and then this one runs more on like the warm yellow side. So I kind of need something in between that's like neutral. So I don't know if combining them two, I don't know. But today I went with 35 because even applying it up on my face, it does look a lot lighter, but it does oxidize. So we definitely, you know, look like we match a little bit better than when I was applying it. I was like, well, 35 is looking a little bit light. I can just imagine 30, but they do oxidize. It's like, should I still try 30? But I think 35 works for me, and especially that now that we're getting into the summertime, and I feel like that I've been out and about, you know, for work outdoors more, so I feel like I'm starting to actually like tan accidentally. So normally that doesn't happen because I'm mostly been in jobs where it's just office, 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 don't get out a lot, but I've been getting out, so get a little bit tan. So what really caught my eye with this foundation is the fact that they said hydrating serum, and the fact that it was a satin finish. I have dry skin, for those of you who don't know, so I definitely gravitate towards more luminous, more dewy, definitely something that says hydrating. I'm gonna go for it. I really kind of steer clear towards matte foundations. I do tend to like some satin foundations depending, you know, what their kind of formula is and what the finish is like. So I tend to like satin, so I was like, you know what, let me check this out. And especially I'm more willing to try satin and even some matte foundations now that it's getting warmer in the summertime. So I was like, definitely let's check this out. If anything, I prefer maybe a satin formula sometimes in the summertime, because as it is with those dewy luminous ones, I love them, but sometimes I'm like, well, I'm gonna be sweating a little bit. My skin isn't so dry, so these definitely give me more of a maybe kind of matte type of coverage, and that is just the only time I can really wear those foundations. So I was like, you know what, let's check this out. This is a very light coverage foundation, for those of you who are wondering. Coverage wise, I'm a coverage queen, but I don't mind light coverage foundations if I can build them up, which I definitely agree you can build up this foundation. So this is good for those of you who just like light coverage, a one layer, or if you like the option to really build it up with two layers and it's still like light medium-ish, not full on medium. I'm wearing two layers on my face, and for someone like me who really likes to wear a lot of makeup, this still works for my glam makeup routine. You don't see like too much of your skin peeking through, and I do I do have some blemishes around my face, so it does cover that redness. I didn't use any other concealer, but I would say it takes about 2 layers to kind of cover that. With 1 layer, it kind of evens out any redness, but you can still kind of see any blemishes peeking through. So if you want to cover that, definitely either go in with 2 layers or go in with a, you know, fuller coverage concealer just to spot check those areas, and then go in with 1 thin layer. Depending what your preference is, you can, you know, do one or the other. So it's always great when you have the option for a lighter, you know, coverage formula. This blended out so easily. So I blended this out one side of my face using my beauty blender, and then the other side I use a flat top stippling brush. And normally for dry skin I really just prefer a beauty blender. However, I did not mind using a flat top brush. It definitely gave me just a little bit more coverage. So if you want to even, you know, build it up even more, go with the brush. However, the beauty blender, there wasn't a huge difference between the two, just a slight difference. So the beauty blender will get the job done just as well. If you have dry skin, sometimes maybe just kind of finish it off with a nice little tapping of a beauty blender just to really get everything, you know, to sit nicely. The first time that I tried this foundation, I was just kind of like, it's okay. However, I feel like it was still like a little bit chillier weather. I hadn't been exfoliating my face and or prepping it, you know, doing those pre-prep steps the night before, like really hydrating it. I saw a difference, you know, the night before where I exfoliated, I washed my face, I exfoliated, and then I even went in with the really nice rose hydrating face mask. And at the end of the night, I went in, actually I've been loving my Milani, the rose oil. Oh my god, like I woke up, my face felt so plump. Oh, it's so hydrated. It was beautiful. So if I hydrate my face well, which in the summertime it's not going to be no problem whatsoever, but it's a weird time here in Chicago where it's still some days are 80s and 70s, and then the next day is like 50s, 40s, you know. So I still need to kind of do those extra steps, but with the summertime, don't have to worry about it as much. But that made a huge difference. I loved it today when I applied it on my face. So much better. I'm loving how it kind of set. I love how it sits on my face. Definitely going to love this for the summertime. Like, just as it kind of like it's sunk in way better. Like you don't see my dry patches as much, or like rarely actually. Let's take a look here. Maybe just my forehead, but it's dry skin problems. Same thing, forehead and nose, but it's not how it was before I took those extra steps to kind of hydrate. Like it's looking nice. I like this. I was like, wow, okay, no, I actually do like this foundation. I just needed to take care of my skin because I was doing so bad. The thing is, when you don't wear makeup, sometimes it's harder to get yourself to like wash your face at night, or, you know, do those extra kind of exfoliating, those extra steps you have to do, as opposed to when you're wearing makeup, because like I have to take this off, I might as well do my routine. So I get really lazy with it, and my skin feels it. But doing those steps, my skin is just like replenished and back to where I kind of want it to be, and I just need to get back on that face mask routine. But because of that, oh my god, I am liking this foundation for dry skin. I don't think this is something, however, I'm gonna gravitate towards the winter time, because I feel like, you know, my skin needs a more hydrating, luminous formula. I think you have normal skin, you can probably just rock this all year long. And then even oily skin, I think you should definitely try it, because it does say, like on the website, is like gonna give you a radiant finish. For me, it's not absolutely radiant, but I feel like that's maybe more towards oily skin. So if you kind of want that radiant foundation without making you look greasy or oily, I would pick this up. So I feel like this is really great for every skin type, and it's almost going to give you like a different finish depending what your skin is. So for me, I love it, because if I want to wear kind of like that nice flawless matte, you know, demi matte, you know, coverage, I want the hint of that matteness, but I don't want to dry out my skin. That's why I gravitate towards satin finish foundation, because especially I feel like they're better at like minimizing pores. Sometimes that's like the drawback with more luminous dewy foundations. Sometimes they can enhance those pores, even for dry skin. I'll admit some of them are too like luminous, greasy, oily. They can do that, but I can't always get, you know, those kind of satin finish foundations that work for my skin. So if you have dry skin and you do want a satin finish, I would definitely say this is a good one to check out. And because it's not too mattifying and it's not too luminous, like I feel like you definitely do get those 8+ hours of wear time depending what you're doing. I feel like dry skin, if it's gonna be like an extremely even hot day, it'll still like wear really nicely on your face, and then maybe you'll see that peak of radiant luminosity, which, you know, we always enjoy, you know, dry skin, like, oh my god, I can see, you know, luminosity. Yes, the more that I wear this, the more that I like it, and I feel like just as the weather gets even nicer, I'm gonna love it even more. So if you guys have been curious about this foundation, I would definitely say check it out. I think all skin types, you should check it out, especially dry skin in the summer. Now is the time. Let me know if you pick up this foundation. So far I've seen it definitely in Target and then trickling on in different Walgreens already, kind of in the section. I've never tried the Dream Mousse foundation. If you guys have, definitely leave a comment down below if you've tried the, you know, Dream Mousse, Dream Satin Mousse foundation, and if you've tried this and if you see like some sort of difference or what your preference is in general. If you try this, let me know how you like it and what your skin type is, because that's always interesting to see how, you know, a foundation is going to work for different people, and it's a good way to kind of compare and share it with others as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review and demo of the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation. Definitely let me know if you guys pick it up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.